President Bola Tinubu, Kwara State Governor, AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq, former Senate President, Bukola Saraki, and other prominent Nigerians have expressed deep sorrow over the death of the Chief Imam of Ilorin, Sheikh Dr. Muhammad Bashir Imam Solih, describing him as a towering Islamic scholar and moral compass whose life was devoted to faith, unity and service to humanity. The revered cleric died on Monday in Abuja at the age of 75 after a brief illness. Leading the tributes, President Tinubu, in a statement issued on Monday by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, described the late Chief Imam as a devoted servant of Allah and a bridge builder whose wisdom and humility endeared him to people of all backgrounds. According to the president, the late Islamic scholar played a significant role in promoting religious harmony, peaceful coexistence and community development. Sheikh Muhammad Bashir Imam Solih was a devoted servant of Allah, a bridge builder and a voice of moderation whose wisdom, humility and commitment to unity endeared him to people of all backgrounds, Tinubu said. The Muslim Ummah will never forget his invaluable contributions to religious harmony, community development and the nurturing of future generations through learning and exemplary leadership. President Tinubu prayed that Almighty Allah grant the late cleric Al-Jannah Firdaus and comfort his family, the Ilorin Emirate and the Muslim Ummah. Also reacting, Governor AbdulRazaq described the death of the Chief Imam as a painful loss to Ilorin, Kwara State and the entire Nigerian Muslim community. In a condolence message personally signed by him, the governor said the late cleric represented the finest tradition of Islamic scholarship in Ilorin. I am saddened by the unfortunate death of the Chief Imam of Ilorin, Sheikh Muhammad Bashir Imam Solih, OON, who passed on Monday morning in Abuja as Allah has unquestionably decreed, AbdulRazaq said. He described the late cleric as a man of deep scholarship, humility and exemplary conduct whose teachings shaped generations of Muslims. Sheikh Muhammad Bashir represented the finest breed of Muslim scholarship in the history of Ilorin. His passing, though painful, reminds us of the transient nature of life, the governor added. AbdulRazaq extended his condolences to the Emir of Ilorin, Al-Haji, Dr. Ibrahim Sulu-Gambari, the Ilorin Emirate, the Kwara State Council of Ulama and the immediate family of the deceased, praying Almighty Allah to grant him Al-Jannatul Firdaus. Similarly, the Speaker of the Kwara State House of Assembly, Yakubu Danladi-Salihu, described the death of the Chief Imam as the end of an era. In a statement issued by his chief press secretary, Sheu Abdulkadir Yusuf, the speaker said Ilorin had lost a rare gem whose leadership and scholarship defined Islamic practice in the emirate for over 4 decades. For over 40 years, Sheikh Muhammad Bashir Imam Solih led the Muslim community with erudition, humility and devotion. His passing is a monumental loss to the Ilorin Emirate and the entire Muslim Ummah, he said. He commiserated with the Emir of Ilorin, the Chief Imam's family and the Muslim community, praying Allah to forgive the cleric's shortcomings and grant him eternal rest. Similarly, Saraki mourned the late cleric, describing him as a towering spiritual leader whose influence transcended Kwara State. In a statement signed by his press officer on local matters, Abdulghani Abdulkadir, Saraki said the late Chief Imam was a moral compass and spiritual authority whose teachings promoted peace, discipline and unity. Ilorin, Kwara State and the entire Nigerian Muslim Ummah have lost a rare gem. His sermons and personal conduct strengthened Ilorin's reputation as a center of Islamic scholarship and moderation, Saraki said. He recalled his close relationship with the late cleric, describing him as a father figure whose prayers and counsel guided him during critical moments of public service. Saraki prayed Almighty Allah to forgive the late scholar, accept his good deeds and comfort the bereaved family. Also reacting, the senator representing Kwara Central, Danladi-Salihu Mustafa, described the death of the chief imam as a monumental loss to the Ilorin Emirate and the Muslim world. He said Sheikh Imam Solih lived a life of sacrifice, scholarship and unwavering commitment to Islam, noting that his legacy of moral leadership would endure for generations. The Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ilorin, Professor Wahab Olasupo Egbol, SAN, also expressed deep shock over the death of the chief imam, describing him as a great friend of the institution and a strong advocate of peace. In a statement signed by the university's Director of Corporate Affairs, Kunle Akogun, the Vice-Chancellor said the university benefited immensely from the late cleric's messages of peace and moral guidance. He commiserated with the Emir of Ilorin, the Kwara State Government and the family of the deceased, praying Almighty Allah to grant him Al-Jannatul Firdaus. Sheikh, Dr. Muhammad Bashir Imam Solih, born in the 1950s, was appointed the 12th Chief Imam of Ilorin in 1983. He served in that capacity for over 4 decades, earning widespread respect for his deep knowledge of Islamic theology, humility and dedication to unity. He also served as chairman of the Kwara State Council of Ulama, Alfas and Imams, where he played a critical role in fostering religious harmony and peaceful coexistence. The late cleric died on Monday at a hospital in Abuja after a brief illness. His janazah is scheduled to be held on Tuesday at the Emir's Palace Square in Ilorin.